Very good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the next video installment of the subject network analysis. In this video lecture number 7, we are going to learn about mesh analysis. This is part 1. We'll be having more number of examples, solved example in my next videos or subsequent videos. The content of this video is we'll learn some basic and important points which is very helpful while solving mesh analysis. The second one is your generalized mesh analysis, and the third one is your most important solve examples. In these solved examples you have to go through each solved examples very carefully, and after seeing the video you have to do it by yourself without seeing the solution. That is the only way to learn your network analysis. So let's start some basic and important points very helpful while solving mesh analysis. In previous lectures I have encountered that students feel very difficult while having difference in voltages. So I have given you a ready-made material to understand how to write potential difference. See this diagram number 1. This is your diagram number 1. A block is given to you. This is your 3 volt. Okay, this is point number A, this is point number B. This is your higher potential, this is your lower potential. Higher is denoted by this plus sign. Plus sign denotes higher, or higher means plus sign. When we go from this point to this point, there is migration from plus to minus, there is drop, and the reverse is rise. Got it? Okay, very good. So let's start. What is the mathematical interpretation of this figure? The mathematical interpretation of this figure is VA minus VB is equal to 3 volt. 3 volt is given to you. The potential difference between these 2 points A and B is VA minus VB is equal to the given potential 3 volt. It is given to you. 3 volt is not fixed to every condition. Here it is 3 volt given to you. Or it can also be written as, the same problem would have been also be interpreted as, see this, the same block is given as like this. Point A is given to you, same point B is given to you, but point A is at potential 5 volt and point B is at potential 2 volt. So what will happen? See this, the difference in potential from A to B, that is VA minus VB, will be equal to potential of point A minus potential of point B, that is 5 minus 2. The result is 3. You can see this. Okay, so it is very important to understand and to digest this concept. This will be very useful by while solving lots of numerical examples. The same problem can also be written as, the same concept can also be given to you as, this is point A at potential minus 1 volt. This is point B at potential minus 4B. So what will be the potential of this block? The same idea, VA minus VB is equal to minus VA, the potential of point A, minus of potential of point B, which is minus 4. So it is coming to be minus 1 plus 4. It is 3. the voltage is 3 volt. I have already discussed this point previously in previous slide, that while going from this point to this point, we are having voltage drop direction. The direction of voltage drop is from higher potential to lower potential. A is at plus, which is higher, B is at minus, which is at lower. And the reverse direction of this direction is your voltage rise direction. How? From going minus to plus, from going minus to plus, we are actually having from minus to plus. So it is your voltage rise direction. So this is very little concept, but very useful and very important to have while solving lots of and various numerical examples. The third concept is, suppose there is a block given to you. Block means represented any kind of element, network element. See this, the direction of current from this point to this point as the arrow is depicting. The power in this situation is P is equal to VI. See this, the arrow is heading the plus terminal of the potential. So it is positive power. So when power is positive, it is power is consumed. Okay. The very next problem or the concept, point number 4 is, see this direction of current entering at negative terminal of the given voltage. So the power is P is equal to VI is equal to V negative I positive. So it is negative. So power is delivered. If the kind of power is coming negative, so the nature of power is it is being delivered. Okay. And if the kind of power is that it is coming positive, that power is being consumed. Okay, let's go to the next slide. We have our example number 1. For the circuit as given to you, find current I1, current I2 and current I3. Dear students, we are going to solve this numerical example 1 with the help of mesh analysis. Mesh analysis is your extension of KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law. In each meshes, round the mesh, round the closed path, we are going to apply KVL. KVL means what? KVL means the algebraic sum of rise in potential must be equal to algebraic sum of drop in potential. The energy must be conserved around the path. See this? This is your E1 given to you. The direction of I1 is given to you. As per this I1 is set to you. I1 is like this. See this very carefully. Now the most important part of this mesh analysis is your assigning sign. Once you have decided the direction of flow of current in each meshes, for example, direction of flow of current I1 is like this. The direction of flow of current is like this, obviously. Okay, very good. So direction of flow of current I2 is like this, and the direction of flow of current I3 is visible to you all. Once it is done, or if it is given to you in the question, so you are actually now supposed to choose the sign convention as per the direction of this current. Now let us come to mesh number 1, where the current I1 is circulating or flowing. As the direction is given to you, or everybody can see, it is clockwise. So where we put plus sign wherever there is entry of current, the entry of current, it is plus sign. When it is leaving, it is plus sign. See this very carefully. We are working in this closed path, in this mesh only, not outer of this. So do not focus your eyes outside of this mesh, be inside this mesh. Okay, current is entering at this point, so it is plus. Current is leaving, so it is minus. Now the sign of battery and the sign of EMF source is given to you. You need not worry about the sign of battery or EMF. It is given to you. You know the polarity of voltage sources. Okay, very good. You just have to fix or assign the sign to the resistors or capacitor if it is connected, inductor if it is connected in the AC circuit, not in the DC circuit. There is no use of capacitor and inductor in DC circuit. We'll see this in AC circuits, the combination of R plus C plus L. Okay, the same sign convention rule is applicable to loop mesh number 2 or mesh number 3. Once you have given the sign convention, now it is easy to write down the KVL equation around a path, around a closed path. How it is? Let's see. Dear students, the figure, the diagram, the circuit is clear to you. Let us move towards the solution part or the equation part of this example number 1. Now see this, I have taken out separately the resistance R2. See this, the resistance R2, I have taken it separately just to make you understand how it is working, the nature of current. The upper portion of R2 is facing current I3 and the direction is like this. See this. And the lower portion of R2 is having current I1 and the direction is like this. Okay. As per the direction of I1, the sign convention is like this. As per the direction of I3, the sign convention is like this. Okay. At the upper portion of this resistor, the voltage drop across R2 is given as V is equal to R into I, but there is combination of current. This resistance is having two current. When you are working in loop number 1, the sign convention of loop number 1 will dominate. Listen it very carefully. When you are working in mesh number 1, working in mesh number 1 means when you are writing KVL equation for mesh number 1, the sign convention of mesh number 1 will predominate. What does it mean, predominate? This sign will hold good for other current. Like, let us see, when we are working in mesh number 1, the sign convention of this mesh number 1 will hold good for the current of another mesh, like I3 here. Got you my point? Got you my point? Just see this. Just see this. V is equal to R into I, R2, and I1 minus I3. I1 is positive and I3 is negative here. How? I1 is entering at positive terminal and I3 is entering at negative terminal. So it is resultant of current I1 minus I3. When you are working at upper portion or in mesh number 2, the sign convention or the sign assigned for this will be dominating. that is V will be equal to V is equal to R into I, that is R2 into I3 minus I1. I3 is entering at positive terminal, and this I1 is entering at negative terminal, so there is I3 minus I1. So the complete V is equal to R2 into I3 minus I1. This was the main motto. But just I have isolated this R2 and shown you how to write this kind of equation. Now write this KVL for loop number 1. KVL for loop number 1: minus E1 plus I1 R1 plus R2 into I1 minus I3 plus R3 into I1 minus I2 plus E2 is equal to 0. Call it equation number 1. Call it equation number 1. For the loop number 2, you can just see the diagram, or if you have noted it, you can very well write the equation from here. For loop number 2, it is minus E2 plus R3 into I2 minus I1 plus R4 into, what is the difference of current flowing across R4 from loop number 2? It is I2 minus I3 plus I2 R5. Call it equation number 2. Now let us come to the equation loop number 3. It is R6I3 plus R4 into the difference of current flowing across R4 when seen from loop 3. It is I3 minus I2 plus R2 into difference of current when seen from loop 3 or mesh 3. It is I3 minus I1 is equal to 0 as per the law. Call it equation number 3. Now by solving equations 1, 2 and 3 simultaneously, which is simultaneous equations, we can determine values of I1, I2 and I3. Dear students, that was your generalized form of mesh analysis. At the place of R1, R2, R3, you can have specific values. At the place of I1, I2, I3, you will get specific ampere values. Let us move towards example number 2, which is very much based on example number 1. It is not generalized, it is specific. We are having values of resistance and we will have values of outgoing current. The question is, find I1, I2 and I3 by mesh analysis. Also find power by 2 volt source. So see this. First of all, see the diagram or the circuit very carefully. This is a loop number 1, this is a loop number 2, this is a loop number 3. This is the 2 volt voltage source for which power supply has been asked to you to calculate. Okay, this is your 2 ampere current source connected in the loop number 3. So let us start writing KVL equation for loop number 1. Where is the loop number 1? Write this KVL equation. Start from here. For loop number 1, minus 2 plus 2I1 plus R value 1 into I1 minus I3 plus 1 into I1 minus I2. Solve this, you will get 4I1 minus I2 minus I3 is equal to 2. Call it equation number 1. loop number 2, it is resistance value 1 multiplied by the difference of current when seen from mesh number 2 or loop number 2, I2 minus I1, plus 1 into difference of current from seen from mesh number 2 or loop number 2, I2 minus I3, plus 1 into I2 is equal to 0. Call it equation number 2. Loop 3, see this, loop 3, this current I3 has to be equal to be this 2 ampere. Why? Because in a series element current value is similar. Current value is similar. So this I3 has to be 2 ampere. See this, I3 has to be 2 ampere. Now solving these three equations on calculator, equation number 1, 2 and 3, we have current I1 is equal to 14 by 11 ampere, current I2 is equal to 12 by 11 ampere, and current I3 is equal to 2 ampere. This is your answer. Now the next questions, the next part of the question of this circuit was to find the power by 2 volt battery. So we have drawn 2 volt battery here, and we have drawn the current passing through this 2 volt battery I, which is I is equal to 14 by 11 ampere from the previous slide. We have calculated this. Now see this, this is your, the entry of current is at minus terminal of this potential or voltage source. The entry of current I is at minus terminal of this battery voltage source or potential or polarity. So power will be equal to P is equal to minus V into plus I, which is P is equal to minus of 2 into 14 by 11, which is minus 28 by 11 watt. When the power is negative, it is mean power is being delivered. Of course, battery always deliver power. Battery cannot consume power. If it is consuming power, things will not go in sync. It will be very illogical. Battery must give power. It must deliver power. So this is your complete solutions with complete analysis. Let us come towards a very nice example. This looks very easy, but this is very important. When you start to attempt these questions, you will find it a very interesting and very conceptual problem you have to deal with in this problem. The example number 3, the simple question is find I. I is given by this loop. This is your I. Now see this one very important observation. This is your dependent source. This is your dependent source and this is your independent source. When we deal with independent source like this, things go very easily. When there is dependent source, things are not so easy. Why? Because there is a parameter on which this dependent source is depending, and this VAB is actually defined somewhere. You have to first calculate this VAB. Where it is defined? This is defined at this point. See this, the dependent source value, voltage dependent voltage source, which is 4 VAB. The absolute value of this potential source or voltage source will be known only after knowing the absolute value of VAB, which is defined here. Okay, this is your voltage dependent voltage source problem. Let us come to the KVL. Before applying KVL, just do the necessary sign convention. which is here it is in the direction of I. We have assumed direction of I like this. Okay, in the direction of I1, this is I1. The direction of I1 when it is entering at resistance, it is plus. See this plus. When it is leaving at the resistance, it is minus. So completely it is VAC. It is VAC. And this is your in this direction, in the direction of I. This is your plus terminal, this is your minus terminal. So total is plus minus VBC. Now in loop number 1, this is your one loop. In loop number 1, we are going to write from here to here to here to here. So it is minus 5 plus 1 into I1 plus 1 into I1. So it is coming minus 5 plus 2 I1 is equal to 0, or I1 is equal to 5/2, or I1 is equal to 2.5 ampere. This is very easy. Now in loop 2, let us apply KVL. That is minus 4 AV. That is minus 4 AV plus 3I plus 1I. So it will be like minus 4 VAB plus 4I is equal to 0. Take out 4 common, it will be like this. Minus VAB plus I is equal to 0. That is VAB is equal to I, or I is equal to VAB. Now the potential VAB can also be written as VA minus VC. Okay, VA minus VC, and in between this we can insert this minus VC plus VC. Mathematically we can rearrange in the terms of VAC and VBC. We are going to achieve our target. I have inserted minus VC plus VC and taken out common VA minus VC, माइनस कॉमन आउट लिया हमने यहाँ से, तो माइनस ऑफ ब्रैकेट VB माइनस VC. So it is VAB is equal to VAC minus VC. Put the value from the diagram. V is equal to IR or R into I. R value 1 or I value I1. Same is here. So it is VAB is equal to I1 minus I. We have calculated the value of I1 is equal to 2.5 ampere, and we have just seen the value of I from equation number A. I is VAB. Put this equation will be here written as VAB is equal to 2.5 minus VAB. Bring VAB at the another side of this equal to sign, so it will be 2 VAB is equal to 2.5, that is VAB is equal to 2.5 divided by 2, that is 1.25 volt is equal to VAB. As we know, current I is equal to VAB, so current I is equal to 1.25 ampere. 1.25 ampere, which is your answer. So it was very easy questions, very conceptual. My advice to all students is to just go through these videos very carefully. Pause the video, make your notes, start the videos, listen it carefully, pause the video, make your notes. Once you have gone through the video, just try to solve the numerical or the circuit diagram or the circuit by yourself, by not seeing the solution. That will make you more aware of the process and a logical brain will be developed. Dear students, thank you so much for watching the video. I'll be coming with more video for the subject and for you. Thank you for watching.